In today's video, we have news on a very exciting PlayStation 4 remaster, and we should be getting news on it very soon. It's something that a lot of PlayStation gamers have wanted for a very long time, and it looks like it might finally be coming to fruition. Also, what would it be if we didn't talk about a new Battle Royale game? It seems like these are coming everywhere now. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Fortnite is of course kicking it, but now we have a new Battle Royale title coming in early 2019, a Souls-like Battle Royale game, and I want to talk a little bit about that as it's hitting early access on Steam very soon, and now we do have a release window for the console version. Also, a turn-based tactics indie title in Wargroove has been delayed. This is a game that you guys need to know about. Gives me vibes of Advance Wars, and if anything gives you vibes of Advance Wars, it's definitely something to keep your eyes on, so I'll give a mention to that. And I want to take a look at some fantastic PlayStation 4 game deals available right now as well. A lot of great deals on used games over at GameStop, so I'll give a shout to that, and a great deal available on Amazon as well. So more on that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about a PlayStation 4 remaster that so many people want, and that is a Medieval remaster. Now, I think a lot of people do want a brand new Medieval game, but a remaster is something that I think a lot of us will just take at this point because Medieval has been absent for so long. And this comes directly from the latest PlayStation blogcast. Host Sid Schumann hinted at that, and here's exactly what he said. Quote, "I have it on excellent authority that one Sean Layden is going to be stopping back on this show in the next week or two. He's very excited to give everybody a big update on Medieval." Now, it was said that there were some sort of Medieval plans in place for the PlayStation 4, and given the fact that that was announced all the way back at PlayStation Experience last year, now with Halloween coming up, and now that it would be a great time to talk about Medieval, this is very exciting news. I think either we're gonna be getting a remaster or a brand new game. Kind of interested to see how this franchise will resonate all these years later. The original Medieval was released all the way back in October of 1998. Medieval 2 was released in 2000, and then since then we haven't gotten a brand new game, but we did get Medieval Resurrection, which was a remake on the PlayStation Portable. Even that was released all the way back in 2005. So it's been a very long time since we've seen Medieval. And if you guys don't know, the original Medieval titles were actually done by Guerrilla Cambridge. At that point, they were known as SCEE Cambridge, but they also worked on a lot of other fantastic titles, including Killzone Mercenary on the PlayStation Vita and Riggs Mechanized Combat League on the PlayStation 4. Since then, I believe they have been absorbed into the entirety of Guerrilla, but it'll be interesting to see who's working on this Medieval game. If it's a remaster, maybe this is a game that Bluepoint is working on. We haven't heard from Bluepoint in a little while. Maybe this was a project PlayStation outsourced to them. We should find out in the next week or two. Moving on from that, Battle Royale is a genre that is very divisive. Some of you guys like it. Maybe a lot of you guys are super into Call of Duty's Blackout mode. I know personally speaking, it's a lot better than I had expected it to be, but there are going to be a ton of other Battle Royale games still to come, and we have a very interesting one in Egress. Egress is described as a Souls-like Battle Royale game, and it's a heroes-based PvP arena with a focus on melee Souls-like battles. You choose your hero with unique abilities, weapons, and playstyles, and fight for your team. Explore the multi-level city, capture the points, use stationary cannons, find artifacts, and consumables. Features include a lore-filled alternate universe combining the Victorian-era Lovecraft's mythology and electropunk, a multi-level city with houses, stores, bars, clinics, sewer tunnels, and much more. Elaborated combat system based on attacks and dodges, ability combinations, as well as strengths and weaknesses of the characters, their roles, and equipment. Collectible artifacts and consumables, and change the parameters of the character. Use potions, grenades, and block the ways with fire. Egress will be hitting Steam's early access program on November 8th, and now it was confirmed that a console version will be arriving sometime in early 2019. Egress will be seeing a beta, but we don't know what platforms that's going to arrive on. Again, we just know it's going to hit early access on Steam on November 8th, with the console versions to officially come sometime in early 2019. A lot of Battle Royale games have been released, and I think the majority of them are trying to do something a little bit different, and this one is definitely a far cry from the majority of your BR titles, so that's why I really wanted to give it a mention ahead of some other titles. Who knows how it's going to turn out? A lot of these Battle Royale experiences seem to be hit or miss, but I think Egress is one with some potential, especially if it does end up being a free-to-play experience. Moving on from that, there is a turn-based tactics game called Wargroove that is coming in early 2019. It was actually supposed to be released this year, but the game has been pushed back to early 2019, but this was the first that I had heard about this game, and honestly, seeing it in action gives you a lot of reminiscence to something like Advance Wars, and Advance Wars is a franchise that I hold in very high regard, and we have a ton of details about the game. There will be a skirmish mode with 30 plus 2-player PvP maps, 10 plus 3-player PvP maps, and 6 plus 4-player PvP maps. There will be an arcade mode, a campaign mode with over 33 missions of varying length where you can play as many different commanders. Each mission starts and ends with a cutscene, some with cutscenes in the middle, with a totality of around an hour to an hour and 30 minutes of cutscene content. There's a puzzle mode, 25 plus extremely challenging puzzles where you have to defeat the enemy in a single turn. There will be a map creation mode, a campaign creation mode, content sharing, gallery, codex, jukebox, secret content, and so much more. There seems to be a lot of work being put into this game, and it's a game that's definitely gone under the radar at this point. I think there's a lot of potential here, and it looks like we will be hearing more about the game as the months roll on and we get closer to the early 2019 release. It is set for the first quarter of 2019, and this delay is set to give developer Chucklefish more time to add more polish and new additions. So another game to keep your eyes on. And lastly, I do want to take a look at a lot of fantastic PlayStation 4 game deals that you can take advantage of right now. First up, there are a lot of hidden deals over on GameStop.com right now. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End's base price used is down to $6.99. That is an awesome price for Uncharted 4. An absolutely tremendous game, and many would still consider this to be the best PlayStation 4 game that was ever released. I know recency effect kind of gives us a little bit of a bias towards games like God of War and Marvel Spider-Man, but go back and play Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. The attention to detail, storytelling, pacing, everything in Uncharted 4 is so incredible, and it really capped off the Uncharted franchise in a big way. Really would recommend you to play through the first 3 Uncharted games before you delve into Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Of course, the first 3 games not up to the same quality caliber as U4, but with Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 especially, I feel like they hold up rather well. Uncharted 1 hasn't aged all well, but given the fact it is a Naughty Dog game, it's still gonna be a rather good experience now in 2018. That's 11 years after its original release. But Uncharted 4 for $6.99 over at GameStop. You can also use the coupon code CAG16 to save a little bit of extra, and you'll get it for $5.87 after that. Mortal Kombat X is also down to $7.55 after the coupon code CAG16. Final Fantasy 15, a used copy of that, is at $9.23. Doom VFR is down to $11.75, and the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition is down to $15.11. That doesn't sound like an awesome deal, but this is actually one that's really held up in value, so $15.11 for that is pretty good as well. Gamefly has still got some great used PS4 games on sale. Life is Strange Before the Storm is down to $7.99. South Park: The Fractured But Whole still $12.99. Dark Souls Remastered is already down to $14.99. I would say that's a very good deal on that. LA Noire is $14.99. A Way Out is $17.99. The Crew 2, under 4 months since its initial release, is already down to $19.99. That's pretty insane. And Far Cry 5 is available for $27.99. Lastly, one final deal available over at Amazon. This is out of stock right now, but if you order it right now, it'll ship in around 1 to 4 weeks, and you won't be charged until it actually ships, and that is Dragon's Crown Pro Standard Edition. That is down to $19.99, a game that I am going to take credit for willing it to get a lot cheaper. This game was originally released at $49.99, and I really complained about the pricing. Then it dropped pretty quickly to $34.99, then it dropped down to $29.99, and now it's down all the way to $19.99. I had originally said I thought this game should be released at probably $39.99 or $34.99. A $29.99 price point would have been really good, but now that it's available for $19.99, would definitely give it a buy at this price point. It's done by Vanillaware, the guys that also did Odin Sphere, and that game was remastered on the PS4, but that game for some reason is still very highly priced, so figure that one out. And then they also did Muramasa the Demon Blade on the Nintendo Wii. That hasn't seen a remaster yet, but I hope at some point we get that too, because in my opinion, that was their best game they've done. Many people will disagree and say that Dragon's Crown was the best game, and for $19.99 you get this game, 4K resolution support, and you get all of the good that Dragon's Crown was known for. Link will be in the description box if you guys want to check out that. And that that's gonna conclude this video. Again, we should be getting news on a big PlayStation 4 remaster soon in Medieval. Probably a remaster. I wouldn't expect a new game, but hey, a new game would be pretty cool. A Souls-like battle royale game, Egress, will be coming to PlayStation 4 in early 2019. An indie turn-based tactics title, Wargroove, has been delayed to early 2019. A game I think you guys should keep your eyes on. A lot of great PlayStation 4 game deals over at GameStop. Uncharted 4 for $587, FF15 for $923. A couple of good deals available at GameFly as well. And then Dragon's Crown Pro, a new copy of that, $19.99 over at Amazon. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.